Greetings. I am going to show a couple features of my kitchen, starting with a chair rail. So let's just pause this. So this is a feature of my kitchen that I get asked a lot. This is a chair rail. What's the purpose of a chair rail? Well, when you have a chair and you're sitting in it and you back it up against the wall, you can do some damage to the wall. So this is an area where my dinette set is, but for some reason the builder didn't put a chair rail in. And later on I decided to do one. And I had these ceramic tiles which are really, really cool. They're baked ceramic and they are all wine labels. So you can see here something, I don't know, French, another one maybe French. What are the Rothschild? Which one is this? Mouton Rothschild. Then we have a German wine and a Camus from Napa. Yeah, Napa. And another Rothschild. And what do we have here? Johannesburg. And some other, wine labels in my chair rail that they're just kind of a topic when we're sitting around here having something to eat, or usually we have dessert here. So this is just a look at this now, and I'm going to show you how I made it. Okay. So here's a good look at some of these ceramic tiles, which are really amazing because they're like photos of wine bottle labels, but they're screen printed somehow on ceramic and fired, and then they fire a clear coat on top of it. So it's really durable, and they look fantastic. So I got a collection of these, and I just picked out the best ones to put in the chair rail. Here's some Mouton Rothschild. I don't know if their labels still look like this, but for a while they were on this really colorful gig. That's one of the first growth French wines. And originally I bought these tiles to go in this backsplash, but I don't really, I don't have a cooktop back there, so I don't really need ceramic. I just vinyl. I got these wine bottles, and they look pretty cool, underneath the upper cabinets. So, and it's a vinyl, and all of these wine bottles are from Napa. They're real wine bottles. Here's the only picture I have of the kitchen before, of the dinette area before I started the project. So just white walls, a couple of European girls there, but plain white walls and a couple pictures. So here I am making the chair rail. So I started out with a piece of, I think, 1/4-inch plywood, and I cut it to the height of the ceramic tiles, and then I made all these oak blocks, and I mounted those to that plywood. And then I have 1/4-round molding here to go on the top and the bottom, but I'm going to put that on the wall, attach it to the wall instead. So this looks pretty cool, and the wood is thicker than the tile, so if you back up your chair, you're going to hit the wood instead of cracking the tiles. So here it is, mounted on the wall. And then I, nailed in the 1/4-round on the top and bottom. And the reason there's tape there is I had to put the finish on the 1/4-round, manually with the paintbrush. And then here, backing up a little bit, this is how I painted the walls. It's just like a cream-colored paint with some sponge work on it to make it look a little bit rustic, make it look like a winery. And here I'm starting to put up the wine border. I found a really cool wine border with grapes. So in a lot of kitchen shots, it's really far away, and people ask what that is. And I say, those are just grapes, just a wine border at the top. And, here I am just going around the kitchen putting the border up. And this is around the bar area, the upper cabinets in the bar area. And this is a funny photo coming up. Here's my suitcase. So apparently, I just got home from a project. Instead of unpacking my suitcase, probably I'm in a suit, and I get up on a ladder and start working on the wine border. No, I don't think I worked on it in a suit, but I didn't even unpack. So I spent a lot of years traveling, and on airplanes, on flights home, a lot of times you have some consulting work to finish. Maybe you had to leave a meeting early and you told people I'll have this done by the time I land. But a lot of times I just design things if I don't have anything to do. So here's a couple designs for the kitchen, and this is the one that I kind of went with these with the chair rail and the picture there. And here's the other side of the kitchen where the grape border will go around the entire kitchen. So just designing this on an airplane just to save time. Then I realized when I went back to California, I don't have a picture to put in the frame. So I called up a buddy of mine who was working in the East Bay, I think. I was working in the West Bay. And I said, hey, you want to go to Napa? I need to go there and grab some photos of some, winery, big photos. Like take my big digital camera and shoot it at whatever 12 megapixel or whatever it was at the time. So I took a bunch of pictures of grapes, and we just had a, afternoon and evening in Napa, and then we went back to our projects, working on different projects. But a lot of us, keep tabs with each other. And here, this is Satui Winery, which is, the best place really in Napa to eat, other than the Culinary Institute and a bunch of restaurants in Napa, in the city of Napa. Satui has some really good food, including a great lunch with beef tip steaks on a Kaiser roll. So basically, they grill a filet mignon and put it on a Kaiser roll. So here's making that frame, and it's a plywood frame underneath, and then I hit it with this stone fleck paint, which basically, when you paint something with this, it looks like stone. And then here I have that thing. I test fitted the photo in there, and it looked pretty good. And then I took the frame back down the basement and put some grout in it. This is real grout, so it looks pretty real because it's real. And here I am with the finished thing up against the kitchen wall underneath the border, and it turned out pretty good. It kind of turned out the way I envisioned it, which is how most things turn out. And then next we have a picture of that area that you saw before that was just plain white. Now it's kind of finished. Got some oil paintings up there, and then a little picture that looks like a window looking outside. Looks like you're looking out at Napa through a Satui window. Then I added some stuff. You're never done adding stuff. If you want to theme a kitchen or theme a room or something, you're always looking for things. Kids might like a Star Trek room, and they look for all kinds of Star Trek stuff, and I look for wine stuff for the kitchen. So I got these wine barrels. I forget whether this guy's in Napa or Sonoma, but he makes these wine barrels and puts these heavy-duty straps on them and bolts them in with hex head bolts, and they're not going to fall apart. So he makes, he cuts off the ends and he cuts them down the middle. And I bought one of each of those, one to put on the end of the bar area here. And, they look pretty nice. And then I bought some grapes just to, I don't know, just because I bought some grapes. I don't know. It went into a craft store for the first time in my life, and came out without lisping too. So, I bought these for both barrels, and, it kind of makes the barrel stand out a little bit. And these are a bunch of oil paintings. If you want oil paintings of any kind of theme, just look on eBay and buy these from China. They only cost a few dollars a piece. The smaller ones are like $2, and the big ones maybe $4 or $5. So I bought some of these and put them in frames and hung them up. You saw pictures of it, a couple pictures before. So I'm kind of jumping around here as far as the timeline goes, but I just wanted to show you these paintings are really cool. And here's a wine head. The Greek god and the Roman god, they both had gods of wine, and I forget. Bacchus, I think, was the Roman one, and I think this is the Greek one is the girl. So, anyways, bought a wine head and put it up on the archway leading to the other room. This is Emily Zasada. She is a fantastic painter out of New York, and her paintings are not $4 a piece. They're pretty expensive. But this is something I saw this. This is the first painting that she made looking down into a wine glass, and I just had to buy it, so I bought it. It's above the wine barrel going to the garage, which is a shame. Maybe I should switch it sometime because it's a pretty expensive painting. And here's kind of what that area looked like, except for there's only one wine fridge here, and there's two wine fridges. You saw that in the earlier shot. And that's all I have for creating the host kitchen. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.